Starseeds, welcome to your weekend reading. Thank you for joining me today. Let's get started and see what messages we have for our Starseed collective. Now, I want to start here with the Life Purpose Oracle deck, just to get an idea. I know for myself, I've been feeling like there's a lot of shifting happening in terms of directions, in terms of purpose, path, objectives, mission. So let's get started and see what message we'll get in terms of life purpose. 2 cards just came out. Anything else? There's a third. Okay, and the bottom of the deck. Okay, so the bottom of the deck is support. So your life purpose fully supports you, Starseeds. I can't help but feel this energy coming up. So I think for this weekend, we're going to be reflecting on that. Now, look at these cards that came out. We see support on the bottom of the deck, and then the cards that came out are energy healing, healer, and options. So, my Starseeds, if you've been feeling like you need to sort of reflect on how can I support myself through my life's purpose. As a Starseed, I'm here for a purpose. And I feel that ramping up for us as a collective more and more every day that passes. And so it feels here like you're thinking about how can my life purpose support me in the material world while I'm on earth? What am I supposed to be doing? And I sort of want to say that you can do anything and fulfill your path. You have options, right? And it says here, consider the career possibilities that are open to you. So, I mean, you can be a Starseed and work at a coffee shop. You can be a Starseed and, be a cashier. You can be a Starseed and be a social worker, or work in a hospital, or, you could do anything. Anything that feels like you're able to sort of connect to yourself, I think is the key, because, as a Starseed, you can fulfill your mission in any task you do and in every interaction you have. It's just about being mindful while you're having those interactions. You can always bring your mission to the forefront no matter what it is you're doing. So I just want to take the pressure off anyone listening saying, I have to do something in spirituality in order to be fulfilling my life purpose. I don't think that that's for sure. I think you can do anything. And as long as it's in your mind, you're consciously aware of your energy and your intention in every interaction, that's more the key. So I think you have options, and that whatever you decide to do, you will be supported. Now, there is definitely a theme here for energy healing and being a healer. So the healer card says you have the spiritual gift of healing and a desire to share it with others. Now, you can be a healer in so many different ways. Again, you can be a healer just by having a conversation with the cashier when you're getting your groceries. Instead of being lost in thought and ignoring the cashier, you can take that opportunity right there. You know what I mean? We have opportunities to be healers all day long. As we interact with one another, we can have healing interactions, or we can have interactions that are outside of our consciousness, where we're in autopilot. But I feel like seeing this healer card gives us that space to be a healer in all our interactions. Did I read it to you? Yes, I did, I think. You have the spiritual gift of healing and a desire to share it with others. There you go, Starseeds. Share it in whatever capacity, in whatever option you wish. Energy healing is also coming up for you. Your natural energy healing abilities are an important part to your life purpose. Again, you can use healing energy in so many different ways. I mean, I used to work for the government, and my clients always used to say that they loved talking to me, and that it didn't feel like they were talking to a social worker. And I think it's because at that time I didn't realize what was happening, but we use our gifts every day. We use our abilities every day. Your divine abilities can be used in whatever task you're doing. It doesn't have to be like, you don't have to be working in spirituality to be working spiritually. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can be working spiritually in every task and in every interaction, no matter what. Right? Interesting messages, Starseed. Okay, let's use this deck to see where are we at. Where are we at as a collective? What is going on? Let's see. For the Starseeds, for the weekend. Woo, that's a whole bunch. Let's do that again. Let's shuffle one more time. For the Starseeds this weekend, what is the upcoming energy? Okay, that card flipped. That's a whole bunch of cards. And so is that. This deck has a lot to say to us today. Let's have a look. Okay. Bottom of the deck is the Inner Earth card. Base chakra, strength, security, laying foundations. Yeah. You know, honestly, I really feel like there's an emphasis on what to do. On how to be of service. Where are we supposed to be of service? What am I supposed to do? And it's interesting as I talk to people that resonate with being Starseed. It keeps coming up. It keeps coming up in conversation. Like, where should I be putting in my energy? Where should I be working? What opportunities should I be seeking? And it almost feels like there's some pressure to pick the right path, when really you're always on the right path. It's just your intention and the sort of the conscious awareness that you're using your natural abilities and you're fulfilling your purpose just by being here. So you can almost take some of that pressure off yourself. Chamber of the Violet Flame, karmic release, radical transformation. So, you know, really bringing stillness to the mind might really help this week in terms of uncovering where you naturally feel options, in terms of career, in terms of what you do in the material world, like how and what you do in your day, right? And I feel like there is something transforming here. You might want to start sort of bringing more reflection in as you consider your options to see, are you limiting things? Are you fully opening up to ways that, you know, that are open to you right now, things that you naturally gravitate towards? We also see here the Venetian Galactic Council card. Star being guides, answer the call, time to shine. Absolutely, it's time to shine. And there's no judgment around that, right? You can shine how you shine. You're a unique expression of the consciousness, right? You're a unique expression of source, and you're here to shine as you are, not as they are, or they are, or they are, as you are. No comparisons. That's something else I've been talking about a lot with my clients this week is why are you comparing yourself to others? You know, and sometimes people do it without even realizing that they're doing it. And then you ask them about it and they're like, oh yeah, I think I'm doing that because I don't feel good enough, or they're better at that. And it's like, there is no better or worse. That is an illusion. There just is. There are unique expressions. And when we invest in ourselves in a certain area, that investment creates an expansion. And sometimes that expansion, we look at it and we make a comparison. But if, the real question is, where are you investing your energy? Not, oh, look at that person is better than me. No, bring it back always to the inner self, right? Bring it back to the self and say, if I'm making that comparison, then maybe that's really me thinking I want to invest more in blank, Like if you see someone doing energy healing or someone working as a healer and you think to yourself, well, they're better than me at that. Instead of tearing yourself down, why not just say, I want to invest more of my energy in that as well. And now I feel inspired by what I just saw. So I'm going to go for it. Instead of creating this dynamic where you actually reduce yourself or you diminish yourself. Do you know what I mean, Starseeds? We see here solar light upgrade as well. Solar plexus chakra, inner fire, willpower. Yeah. Like I was just saying, sort of giving your energy to something, having the will to be determined and focused and invest your energy in something, feeling confident in expressing that inner fire. It is time to shine, right? Crystal skull wisdom, clarity, divine healing, high vibe energy. So using the energy that you have, but in a high vibe way. Again, not by comparison, not by fear, not by doubt or disbelief, but by vibing high. So really tapping into your own clarity and maybe offering yourself some healing in order to understand that this isn't a competition. This is not a competition. You know, there are so many things in the external world driving us to compete, right? Like, you know, people getting likes on Instagram or subscribers here on YouTube, or, you know, being able to sort of have a certain number of clientele. It's not about comparison, you guys. It's really just about being clear on what it is that is your inner fire, being present to answer the call and shine as you are, without judgment, without criticism, without doubt, without disbelief, but feeling secure and strength by laying foundations and sort of releasing anything that doesn't serve you, having this moment of transformative release, right? To free yourself from anything that could be holding you back. Sword of light here. We're getting the whole perspective here. Divine protection, cutting cords, and breakthrough energy. So cutting ties and cords to anything that feels like it's limiting you from breaking through. I can't help but sort of continue to talk about the idea of comparisons and judgment. You know what I mean? And feeling like you're not enough because someone else is shining their light. That's an indication to me that there's something that needs healing within. So if that's happening for you, this may be your message here to say there is some divine healing within to help you vibe higher, right? And we also see here the Shambhala initiations, which is retreating to recharge, trusting the process so that you can move towards your Dharma, always knowing that you're divinely protected. You know, I think sometimes we forget that and we think we're alone, right? We feel lonely as starseeds a lot of the time and think that we're in this on our own. No one will possibly ever understand us and so forth. But that's not the case, starseeds. That's only true if you believe that you make it true by believing it. And so I feel like we're being guided here to let go of all of that, to release that. Let's jump into the tarot cards and see if we can clarify any of this. For Starseeds weekend, what is the heart of the matter here? King of Cups and the Six of Swords. King of Cups in reverse, that's fair. That tells me you're not feeling like you can wear your heart on your sleeve right now. You're feeling something else that you must be on guard and almost hide. Why? Why do you feel that way, Starseeds? Why are you feeling like you must hide who you are? Are you feeling again like no one will accept this? There's some healing that needs to happen. You have to get distance from this, or you're being guided to get distance from this with the Six of Swords in order to feel more present in the now, to sort of heal and retreat, just like this card said, retreating to recharge, to trust the process. Trust the process. Get in the boat. Go get some distance so that you can come back feeling like you can be present without getting sort of overwhelmed by others and then feeling like you have to hide yourself, right? King of Cups in reverse doesn't want anyone to know how he feels. You might even be feeling guarded or defensive against others right now because there's some wounds operating here, or there's some cords that need to be cut. What is the challenge for Starseeds this weekend? What is the challenge for Starseeds this weekend? The challenge, wow, look at this. Ace of Cups, Page of Cups, and the Four of Wands. So the challenge for you this weekend is to have that inner celebration, to begin a new beginning here emotionally, to be open, to allow this emotional transformation to begin a new path. You are being guided to answer the call, right? There is the divine, auspicious, beautiful Holy Grail being offered to you. Will you accept it or not? It's overflowing and it's ready for you to answer the call, to take the cup. Will you allow this transformation and walk through this gateway? And the Four of Wands, this gateway of trusting the process, this gateway of being grateful and sort of having that breakthrough energy where you experience inner peace and you feel that inner fire burning brightly, right? Four of Wands. This is your Aries energy. So it is a breakthrough fire. It is a breakthrough energy. It is time to shine. You're being guided to walk through this gateway so that you can have a moment of inner celebration and connection to yourself, right? And it's sort of from the ground up. We see the base chakra. We see the solar plex chakra. You're moving up towards that divine connection in the crown chakra so that you can have the healing, you can feel the high vibes, and then you will act, right? You will feel like you can act. We also see the idea that you may need this weekend to recharge, to be able to do this, right? When we see the Six of Swords, you need to get distance and cut cords from things that are draining you so that you can start this new path. Yes, this is beautiful. You are laying down the foundations. Let's see what's top of mind for starseeds right now. What's top of mind? Top of mind, we see three more cards coming out. Four cards, excuse me. Two of Swords, Three of Wands, Eight of Swords, and Knight of Rods. So it's very interesting. You're moving quickly towards something, but at the same time, you're overthinking things. The Two and the Eight of Swords are a time of procrastination, avoidance, delays, fear, outcomes, not feeling like mentally like you can go for it. You feel afraid, you feel worried. You're overthinking things, and then you're procrastinating, and then the overthinking creates doubts, and the procrastination creates delays, and that creates more doubts. And so it's very interesting. Top of mind for you is a mixed bag of mental stress, right? Inner turmoil in terms of mental stress, and also this idea where you're thinking about the future. And you're envisioning what will be. And there's something burning inside you here. This willpower, this inner fire of the Knight of Rods. This is Sagittarius energy. So it's the longer burning fire. Aries energy here in the Three is a quick burst. So it's almost like you're in the midst of a quick burst of information that's inspiring, followed by some worrying and overthinking, followed by more energy that's a little bit long lasting. Like Sagittarius is like a star energy that just burns for light years, right? And it's a mix of emotions here for you. You've got stress and worry about the future, but also inspiration and excitement about the future. Oh, my starseeds. Yeah, I resonate with this for sure. Bottom of the deck is the Two of Cups. So that's lovely because that means that it's a time here where you've got to come into alignment with yourself. And so, my dear starseeds, I'm going to leave it at that, but it feels to me like this is a weekend. You've got the Page, the Ace, and the Two of Cups. This is a weekend to connect emotionally and intuitively to what lights you up. You've got the Three of Wands, the Four of Wands. It's time. It's time to sort of remove the energy of the Two and Eight of Swords where you're worried, you're procrastinating, there's delays, you have some fear. You might need the weekend to just sort of relax and reflect in a way that doesn't feel so draining. and to cut ties and cords to anything that does feel draining. I'm going to leave it at that, Starseeds. I'm wishing you a very good weekend, and I'm sending you so much love and light. Be gentle with yourselves. Hope to see you again for another reading.